Hello, guys. How you doing today? My name is Ayo, and welcome to another episode of FarmerHubTV on your social media network, Facebook, YouTube, live, and we're going to be talking about picking up from where we stopped last week about the snail production. So this is an episode to which we'll be talking to someone else, which who is also a snail farmer, and he's going to be giving us his experiences and everything that he's been able to go through, his success, his failure, and he's going to share everything with us. And if you have any question, guys, you can also comment on the show and join us so that we'll be able to keep our conversation going about how to make farming experiences better. So, like I said, my guest today is right there waiting for me, and his name is Mr. Fasakin Aduragbemi. Is a CEO of Advic Farms and Services in Nigeria, who is also a snail farmer. But I'm going to bring him up online now so that he can actually introduce himself better to us. All right. Thank you. All right. Mr. Fashakin, welcome to the show, FarmerHubTV. Good day. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. And Happy New Year to you and your family.
Same to you, sir.
Hopefully this new year will be a better year for us.
Amen in Jesus' name.
All right. So like I said, I would want you to do a little bit of introduction of yourself and what you do, about your farm, a little history about yourself for us, please. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Aduragbemi Victor Fashakin. I'm from the family of five. I hail from Mekeji State, Barao, the Southwest, Nigeria. So I run Advic Farms, but before that, before the issue of Advic, I think I started my life with when I think the whole episode started when I was in service. That is my National Youth Service Corps. I started farming since age 10, where I've been following my father, who is a subsistence farmer and also an engineer who just practice farming for the fun of it, just for passion. So I will follow him to the farm. And he has these Benue guys that normally works with him. So he just put us under one shed and they won't allow us work at all. I will just be looking at people right on the farm and just be looking at what they're doing. So when I entered them, when I got admission to the university to study, my father is one kind of a principled man who just feel that, once I give you your school fees, you are fine. So you can call any amount you like for school fees. He feels that once he has given you your school fees, you can always add to it and they'll set yourself. So when I was in school, that was another level. I just needed to do something for myself. I needed to just find some extra income.
Yes.
So and I remember, I won't forget. I remember back then when in my hostel, I normally see snails. So I started picking up snails and I would take it to the market. And I'll call any amount and people would just buy without pricing. So before I could call anything, when I was in 2011, I started paying people to help me find snails. So they would let me find it, they would give them to me, and I would take them to the market and sell. So far back in 2009, we had this long gas strike. That was for around 9 months. So before that time, I started farming. So I started with 24 snails. Within the space of that year, I grew 24 snails to about 1,500 snails, and I lost them all to soldier ants. Just because I had no knowledge about how to rear them. So during that 9 months ASU break, my father was able to sponsor me to travel to Songhai farms in Cotonou
Mm.
to learn about modern snail farming system on how to farm snail. So I went there, I learned there, and I came back to Nigeria and I started afresh. And I can tell you for a father, since 2009, he has been from glory to glory.
Mm.
He has been from one level to the other. And right now, we currently have about two products for snails. We have one which is for the snail meat. We are currently increasing the shelf life of the snail meat, shelf life of snail meat. With our snails, you can take our snails. So what I'm trying to say again is that with what we've done, you can preserve our snail without being frozen. That
Mm.
means that we are increasing the shelf life of the snail meat.
Shelf life, yeah.
Yeah, we are increasing the shelf life of the snail meat to about 6 months to a year without being frozen.
Mm.
So we are turning the abrasive, the shell to abrasive, and I can use in washing your kitchen utensils and also a replacement of bone in animal feed. And one thing we've also done is that we are currently extracting the slime for those who want to spa for facial cleanser, and that's what we've done with snails. And the one thing that one thing that has done for me is that we've been able to diversify to other part of agriculture. I will got all this money from just snail farming. You know, we are now into yam production, we are now into cocoa, we are now into pineapples, and
Wow.
all things from snails.
And all
So
started with you being starting from snail
yes,
farming.
yeah, from
Wow.
snail. So I will always tell people that if I lose out my investment today, God forbid, I would like to start again with snail farming,
Mm.
because it is one business I understand so much.
Yeah.
And we normally call snail farmer lazy farmers, because we believe that you must be doing something with snails aside
Mm.
from just farming snails alone, because it's the only business that give you the opportunity to do something else out
Mm.
of all the livestock.
Wow.
So so an NYC also, we started business officially 2015.
Mm.
That's where I give it a name. And all that happened during my youth service corps when I was posted to Anambra State to serve. I saw an opportunity there that only the women they are working, their men is just May Agbero. So what they do is that they just, what I mean by May Agbero is that I'm not trying to insult any region. So what I'm just trying to say is that they just like to wake up. They fend so much for their women that they just like to go to the background and look for money. So all the people you see in business there are the women.
Mm.
So I was sponsored by NYC on World Against Poverty, which is WAR project by NYC. So I got trained. So I came back to that community, which is Iala, and I leveraged on my khaki to invite expatriates from Thailand.
Mm.
And so we empowered women on snail farming and other vegetables. So I trained them on snail farming, and the expatriates from Thailand trained them on cucumber and watermelon. And I'm happy to say that we started cucumber and watermelon first. I think I was the first person that introduced that to Anambra, to Iyala community. And
Wow.
I set up a snail farm for them in the community, and that's how the business started. Like
Mm.
I got a call from a lot of people. In fact, I was invited by the then SSA to the Imo State government on rice projects for a banquet. I was there, and I was given, at the end of the day, NYU saw that project as a very great project due to the empowerment. I was given a step on how to run a business in the community. So NYC saw that project as a very viable project, and I was given a State Honors Award as the best serving corps member in the whole of Anambra State, and
Wow.
also the best religious advocate in the whole of Southeast. And that's how the business started. I got employment from NYC. I got employment for Anambra State government, which I thought turned to funding, where I was able to rebuild a farm in Anambra that we're using to train people in Anambra State. So that business started officially 2015.
Mm. Wow. That's really something. We you have the experience. In fact, you even going to Shanghai in Benin Republic is it's wonderful. because I know that's a place to get a very good training when it comes to anything that has to do with farming, especially integrated farming. So that's good. So the experience is there, and you're using you're also passing on the knowledge, which is what our show is all about. So we're very glad to have you on here. And guys,
Thank you very
I
much.
also have Mr. Fashakin's details scrolling that at the bottom of the screen. So in case you want to get in touch with him, you want him,
Please, I
to
can't hear
consult
you.
for
I
you.
can't hear you properly. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you very well.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Guys, sorry, I think we're having a little bit of network issue again. You know how it is between here and Nigeria. It's can be a little bit difficult. Let's try and sort that out, then we'll get back to you. Okay.
Hello, are you there? Hello.
Can you hear me now? Can you
Can
hear me
you?
now? Yeah, I
Can you?
can hear you very well.
I can hear you now.
Okay, all right. Like I said, sorry guys about the technical issue. It's not 100% perfect. So like I was saying, so let's get into our whole discussion proper. Uh,
Okay.
can you just you know s- we've been able to talk about your knowledge, how you got started in snail farming, so which is good. So from your little experience that you've had, which is not little at all, which is much, from what you've said, w- how would you advise someone that comes to you freshly that, okay, I want to start farming snail precisely? What would be your first advice, your initial advice to that person?
Please, can you go back again? I can't hear you.
What
The network is breaking.
what's going to be your initial, advice to um s- new clients that want to start farming that comes to you for consultation?
Oh, okay. I think my first advice to them is number one, they shouldn't assume knowledge.
Okay. Once again, guys, we're still having issues with
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me at all?
We can hear you very well.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Hello?
Hello, we're here.
Are you there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
So the first advice I ask them again is that you can start it small and grow it big. So one of the first thing I tell them is I first ask them what's the capacity of what they want to do. So there are people they will tell you, oh, I want to do like 10,000 cap. I want to start with like 10,000 pieces of snails, and I will tell them, please tone it down. Do you have the requisite knowledge to even run this farm? It's enough for it's another thing for you to come to us and say, oh, set up so for us. It's another thing for you to also have the knowledge to run the farm. See, everything about snail farming has to do with management. Once you get the management wrong, you're going to lose all the snails. So we first help the customer, we first guide the customers by telling them the things they need to know about how best to manage them, and also talk to them about the system of management. What kind of style of management would they like to adopt? Do they want to do intensive? Do they want to do semi-intensive? So we would like to ask them that kind of question, because all these system has their own peculiarity too. So we also want to ask the customer, so that they will tell us, oh, we need you to guide us. We don't know what we want to do. We will now tell them this and this and this. Take for example, someone that might want to do 5,000 can say, oh, please, Can you just start with like 2,000 and grow it from there? We would like to work with you with that, because I that most of the time it's good that you grow from the little you are to something bigger. And I've seen a lot of, and it's so unfortunate that there is a lot of quack consultants in the snail farming at the moment who just let snail farming just let snail farming for like let's just like a month or 2 weeks, and they're calling themselves consultants, and before you know they are wasting post investment. So that's the first thing I tell them. I try to educate them on what snail farming is all about. I also try to educate them on what they need to know and what they need to do before even thinking of. Sometimes we even ask them to even go through training for them to have like a requisite knowledge of what they're about getting into before they even start anything.
Oh, that's good. So it's very, very vital to have that training. The knowledge is important.
Knowledge is good. You can't assume knowledge in snail farming. You will lose all your investment.
Mm, mm, mm. Wow. So that's good. Sourcing for the snail, how do you source for them?
So we are breeders in our farm. We are breeders.
Mhm.
So I'm a breeder. So we as in we breed the snails. So different season will start by March. Some people are already booking already, because there's always this surge for snail by March. Anything from March between from March and April, there's always this very big surge. So people are already booking already for the breeders they're going to use in starting their farms, and we're also building farms already, because this is the best time to start building if you want to do a commercial snail farming. So we're already building for some people, and some people are already booked already. So we are breeders.
Okay. And what type of snails do you breed?
So I breed a Machantina magnata ovum. They've been able to give it like a subdivision. There's Ashantina magnata ovum and also Saturalis. But the one I breed is the biggest in the world, which is Ashantina magnata ovum. And I breed them because of their commercial value. I'm a
Okay.
businessman. I'm a USAID certified agri-business development consultant. So I understand the value of money, and also exchange of values too. So I try to go for the most breeds, which is what we are doing. We are doing.
Wow. Okay. Our network is a little bit here and there today, but it's all good. Most of our viewers understand how it is, right? So thank you so much for that information. So like he said, is if you want to get your breeds and everything, you can all definitely contact him. And remember, I told you that the contact and details is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So let's move on to so land size. If I want to start, what land size do I need to look at?
So one of the things I'm going to let you know today is that you need little or mingle land to.
Wow, we're off again. It's really something. The network is really dealing with us today, but we'll still try and get him back online.
As for your question, as for your question,
Okay,
you need
welcome back.
as for yeah, thank you very much. As for your question, you need little or mega land to start up, like very little. You need just very few space to grow thousands of snails.
Mm,
If you want to do it in a commercial scale, you might not need more than half a plot to start up. You might not also need money, and the beauty of this is that you can use different types of medium to grow your snails. So
mm,
little land is required to grow. You don't need so much big land. At least have a plot you accommodate not less than 10,000 snails at once, even more than,
mm.
depending on the system you're adopting. So you don't need that big land to start up.
Oh, that's good. So from your experience as an agri development manager, um, the business part of it. Let's talk about value added services. Okay, everybody's a snail farmer. We can farm snail. How the
Mm.
business part of it, because for you to be actually be a true farmer, you also need to understand the business part of it. Because the reason why you're growing these things is that apart from you want to feed your family,
Like,
feed everybody, you also want to, make money out of it.
please, can you come? Can you go back
So
again?
I'm trying to talk about the value added services
Okay.
service. You understand? So the whole reason why anybody want to be a farmer, apart from feeding one's family and feeding the nation, you also want to make money out of it. So
Yeah.
how do you tutor people into making the business part of it? How do you go about the business part of making money?
Oh, okay. So there are, like I said, there are business. There are business. So we call it economy of snail farming.
Mm,
There are some other side business you can do with snails while you are even raising your snails. And
okay.
one of it is what we tell most of our clients and the customers most of the times. We say to them most of the times that you can start trading with our already mature snails. We have already mature snails. You can be trading with it while you are raising your own snails. So
Okay.
one of the things you can do is that you can decide to be our affiliate marketer, like where you possibly get customers for us, or you get a client that wants things in excess. No matter how matter the thousands, we can always supply, because we also have like an outgrower scheme. Aside from our farm, we also have our outgrower scheme. People we've empowered to also grow, and we have an organization we've partnered with to also grow. So you can start selling our already mature thing while you're also raising your snakes, just to create awareness of your own snake coming. You understand? So you can start selling, and it will shock you that you even make, because I'm of the opinion, I'm of the belief that once you start raising your own money, I'm of the opinion that once you start raising your snails, just within a period of 3 to 4 months, I'm of the opinion that you don't need to start paying your staff with your money. You have to start raising money from the business to pay, and which is part of doing the business, like saying the already mature snails at different sizes. You also need to learn how to process them. People and pepper snails is an exotic delicacy in Nigeria, and even all over the world. So you need to start learning on how to process the snails by buying.
Oh wow, we're sorry guys.
So
Okay, he's back again.
you need to learn. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. The network is just you keep freezing on your end there.
This network is messy.
So it's okay. Go
Can you
on.
hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear
So
you. Please go on.
you need to learn how to also process them. You just buy. Some people want it live. Some people want it. Some people want it. Hello,
Yep.
like we are in Ekiti State. We are in Ekiti State, and one of our markets is Lagos Business School. Anything you eat in Lagos Business.
Wow, the network is really, really affecting us today, guys. Okay.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
So you can just start selling the already mature.
all right, guys. Today is really something. Our live show is not going as planned. The network is not favorable for us. But like I said, I do have Mr. Fashakin's contact on online. He really knows his, what he's talking about. So he's someone definitely you should get in touch with. I'm going to try and bring him one more time on online, see if it's going to work out this time around. And if not, we're probably going to have to schedule another date to talk to him. But let me try and bring him back on again.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah,
Sorry
okay.
for the network issue.
Yeah, no, we understand. Our viewers to understand how it is. So, we're just gonna have to walk around it. I was just telling the viewers that we'll try and bring you back again. If not,
Okay.
we'll see what we can do. So you can go ahead.
So what I'm just saying is that it's very sweet, and I have a testimony. When I was in USAID Academy, I met a young lady who currently who works in an advertising company, who said she wanted to start snail farming, and that she only have just as little as 150,000 naira. And I said to her, "There's no point building a snail farm. Don't bother. Just go get a wooden cage, more like a reservoir.
Yeah.
Send the money to us. I'm going to supply you snail worth of that amount, and you reside in Lagos. So start doing pepper snails. Go and look for markets." And she went to VI, got some these nice numbers, figures of supply, and we started sending out this stock from Ekiti State. And to shock you that within the space of 6 months, she grew 150,000 naira to 900,000. It was at the point she was buying 1,000 snail in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Before she has the money to now build her own snail farm. As I talk to her now, she has relocated to Canada, and the business is still going on in Nigeria. So she had to bring her friend to start to continue the business in Nigeria here. So what am I saying in essence is that as you also, so the one you are raising will be additional advantage to you that you use in doing business in dry season. There's always the peak. There's always at the moment now we're at our peak market, where we are selling just one snail for as high as 1,500, 1,700.
Wow.
As of today, we are selling the biggest size for 1,700, and people are buying.
Wow.
Because it's scarce. And the beauty of this is that is a version that nobody gets to dictate price. You dictate price for yourself. But we are not saying greedy with your pricing, but we are the one that dictate price. So it's good when you now do the side business of it.
Yeah, man, that's good. Thank you so much. Like I said, sorry about the network. We're just gonna have to walk you around it. So what about feeding? How do you feed the feed? Do you make them yourself? Do you buy?
Yes, we do.
Do you
we do. We make the feed ourselves. And for any source of any snail farm, what is very important for instance of any snail farm is it has to do with 3 things: the water, the feed, and the soil. So once you have a problem with your feeding, the shocking revelation about this is that snails eat up to 3 to 10% of their body weight in 24 hours.
Wow.
So that's why you will see a snail just now. Once you starve the snails, it begin to shrink. The meat will start going inside. So we formulate feed. We also give them natural feed. We formulate feed for them to give them natural feed just to balance whatever they are giving us. And the beauty of this is that our snails can give you all-round balanced diet. Our snail can give you one of the cheapest source of protein, animal protein. And we also give our snails, it might sound so funny or possibly expensive, we give our snails milk. Sometimes we even give them beverages.
You give them beverages and milk?
Yeah, because I take them, I eat them a lot. So it is what I give to them. So I don't hear what I do.
Get from them, right?
What do you say?
I say it's what you give to them, you get back.
Yes, of course. It is what you give to your snails, garbage in, garbage out. If you give them good meal, good water, we give you a bountiful and very big snail. One thing that people don't understand is that some people, compared to the one you will see outside, there's a difference between the meat and the shell that people don't get to understand. Once you feed your snail adequately, it will give you bigger meat.
Mm.
So that's why sometimes you will see some snail bigger shell but smaller meat inside. It's
Smaller.
because they are starved, they are not well fed. But once you feed your snail very well, even if it has a smaller shell, by the time you are weighing it, you will be shocked what you made there.
Mm. Mm. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's good. So let's go back to value-added services. The shell. What do you do with the
Yeah.
shell?
So that's why I've said that we are currently converting the shell to abrasive to wash kitchen utensils. So we are turning the shell to a scoring powder. So
Mhm.
we grind the shell. So for example, if you have a very dirty water closet or a dirty tile, you can use our shell to wash.
So is
And
it just the shell? Do you add something to it?
no, it's just the shell. We don't add anything to it. It's just the shell.
Okay, you just
We
grind
we
it
we
up.
make a very good powdered form.
Mhm.
Yes, you are not adding anything to it. You just get grind to get a fine powder. And also you can, in case you don't have calcium, because you are going to also need calcium when you are raising your snail. You don't have calcium, you can return their shell back to them. They will still eat it.
Yeah, that'll give them a source of calcium as well. Okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the slime. What do you do with the
Yeah.
slime?
So the slime we're extracting it, but that slime I might not be able to talk to you in details because that's part of our secret of the business. We're extracting the slime. That's what I can say to you. And it's always a special order because we won't just extract and just leave it there for months. No, we extract based on order. And the good news is that we've been getting customers from those who are into spa. We also be getting customers from some of the pharmaceutical companies who are using it, using the slime. So one thing that people don't know about the slime is that I can talk from now till tomorrow about the health benefit of the slime. The slime has a very good collagen content that is very good for our skin. Aside that, is a very good penicillin, to cure ailments. In fact, it has a lot of very good health benefits. Even when you even talk about the extract, the extract is also blended with the slime. If you give someone with a severe headache, which is a migraine, or you give someone with Parkinson's disease, or sorry, you give someone with stroke that hasn't lived that hasn't turned to Parkinson's disease or cerebral palsy, it cures very fast. So it has a lot of medicinal value that people does not seem to know, that we feel we also need to still create awareness and talk about.
Mhm. So what are you doing about the awareness
What is it?
creation? What are you guys doing about creating the awareness and letting people know, okay, this is good for you?
What are we doing? What?
I said, what are you doing on your part about creating the awareness?
So no, no. So we already have a plan. We already have a set out goal for 2021. And that's first quarter in our company. To use the instrumentality of social media and also the instrumentality of traditional media, like going on radio, using podcast, also using social media to talk about the health benefit of snails. People need to know. And then one of the things we're also working towards in our company is that we also want to
Hello? Wow.
yeah. Are you there? So one of the things we
Yep,
intend to
we're here
do,
now.
yeah, yeah, one of the things we intend to do is that
The network today is really something, guys. We're so sorry. Oh,
can you hear me?
yeah, well, you're back. We can hear you now.
Yeah, one of the things we intend to do is to make snails available for the downtrodden. So we
Okay.
are working on some species to get snail affordable because people feel that snail is not meant for the commoners, but we are saying the commoners can also eat them. So we are changing our strategy. We are also putting structures in place to accommodate the downtrodden, so that we can also make things affordable as low as cheap as anything for them to be able to buy, and so that they can also get the benefits. Because the point is the cheapest source is the only meat, is the only livestock that is free of cholesterol. The cholesterol level of snail meat is about 0.96%, amounting to no cholesterol whatsoever. So people need to take it. They need to eat. So, and how do we make them eat if it's not affordable for them? So we are working towards getting it out to them as cheap as anything, so that they can also buy.
That's another thing I'm always so worried about. That okay, if we say this thing is good for your health, how come it's so expensive? Because if you can't get it, then
so it's expensive because of the fact that people find it so difficult to raise them. That is just the point. People people get discouraged along the line, because most people have fallen victim of scams. Some Yahoo farmers, Yahoo snail farmers who are parading themselves as a consultant have duped and scammed a lot of people. So you won't be doing business when your sons are dying anyhow, or you are scammed, someone promised to supply and you didn't get the supply. You won't continue with that kind of business. You'll be discouraged.
Definitely.
So that's why most people are not going into it. And I can say for a fact that it's still a bargain business. It's still a bargain business. And like I said, one of the things we also intend to do, we'll start putting out the success stories that we have. Like, we have a lot of other stories. We have, at least I was still in a farm last week with an aged, I think a man of around 75 old, and the woman, they are couples that I set up a very small garden for at their backyard, and he's doing very fine. And I just the one raising it, and yeah. And
that's some of the stories we would we'll be hoping to show on our show here, because we plan on actually doing a compilation of different success stories. Like we're hoping to come to your farm, go to different farms and everything, so that we can show how it's being done the right way and things like that. So very soon that's going to be coming up as well. So
no problem. So we have a story in which we will start. We have a story in which we will start rolling out from our end, from our farm. We're able to see. I have a professor that was set up farm for during the lockdown. That has an health challenge, and as I talked to you, the man told me last week that he's no longer seeing the health issue anymore, because the fact that he was able to exercise himself. Just going to the farm, that he spent every morning, he spent like 3 hours right on the farm there. He's able to exercise himself, he's able to do a lot of things, and he said the snail's even task is making him to have a lot of things to think about. Like, it's tasking him, he wants to look forward to do a lot of things. And I was so impressed when I saw what he's doing, and that he's even using all our training, he's finding it so useful. And we moved from that setup, and we set up a grass cutter farm for him. We turned his garage to a grass cutter farm, and they're all doing very well, so some of the things, these are things that keeps us moving, and that makes me happy, because for me, farming is for impact and profit. I derive joy in seeing all their smiles. I derive joy in also listening to their stories, especially for the aged who are also doing it, who are finding it easy for them to do, compared to those who still have the strength, who still have the energy, who still have the vitality. And we are saying we don't have, there's no job in Nigeria. You have to create one for ourselves.
I know one of the things I always tell people is that farming is age. It's not restricted to age. You don't have to say, because I'm this old I can't farm. There's different ways you can do that at different age, right? So you might not be able to take your hoe and plow your field physically, but you might be able to get an instrument that will help you do that if you are older, right? So like I said, we're very glad talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on. Training.
Thank you.
What do we do about training? Do you train?
Yes, of course we train. We do both online and offline.
Mm-hmm.
But due to the pandemic, we are doing more of online now.
Okay.
Um, so we do both online and offline.
So if someone wants to do an online training with you guys,
Of
how
course, we
do
can
you go
train. Of
about
course,
it?
we have the facility. We have the facility, and the beauty of it is that except we have for group training, most of our training online, most of them is a one-on-one training that I create time myself.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I create time myself out of my busy schedule to talk to train there because another thing again is that I will I want to give you value because of the fact that I also need your skills that you are producing.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to give you real time value.
Okay, that's good. So there you have it, guys. If you want to, any training or any information on how to go about starting up your snail farm, and I believe also they do other things. I'm very sure it's not just snail farming. So what other services do you offer as well, Mr. Fashaki?
What do you say?
What other services do you offer?
Hello,
What other services do you
are
offer?
you
Like
there?
what? Yeah, wait, here I can hear you very well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you. I want you to come again.
What other services do you offer apart from snail farming?
Oh, okay. We are into crops too. For crops, we do rice. We produce. We also do both forward and backward integration. We buy paddy from farmers that we process. We do pineapples. We have pineapples that we farm ourselves, and we also farm for people. We last year we embarked on cocoa just to understand the way cocoa value because I stumbled on a research and that was what prompted me to also go see what is happening in the cocoa sector. I discovered that nobody is currently planting anymore.
Hmm.
So we took the initiative upon ourselves. I inherited the cocoa farm and I also leased some. And the one I leased was around 45 years old. You
Oh,
know, uh, yes, the cocoa is around 45 years old. Just to understand the way.
it's ironic that that used to be at one point one of our national crops, and right
Yeah,
now
it's so
we
ironic.
don't
Yeah.
we don't do it anymore. We need to get back to farming. That's just the thing. You know, for Nigeria to move forward, we have to go back to the farm.
It's a pity. I saw the shocking revelation. Like we've just harvested our last this thing for the season, and we, even with this thing, we still saw some. I think we still saw some good yield even on the farm.
Mm.
After we've even paid for the lease, we still saw some good margin. And it's
Wow.
just that it's a sector for the aged. It's a sector for, and everything happening there is still very crude. Everything happening there is still very crude. It's a sector for the aging. So, for me, it's a nice experience. We are already giving ourselves like a target of like 5 years to start putting all the proceeds from there to production. So we also want to grow our own cocoa too. So we also do feasibility studies for intending farmers who intend to start. We do feasibility studies. And aside that, I am also a system entrepreneur.
Mm. Okay.
So
Yeah, you were talking about you
can you
being
hear
an
me?
entrepreneur. Yeah.
So aside that, I'm a system entrepreneur who works with both the problem and the environment. Uh, I co-founded an organization called the Cedarvest. It's a farmer-based organization that provides support services for farmers in terms of training,
Mm.
funding opportunities, and market linkage.
Okay.
So, and one thing we are doing is that we are trying to sensitize farmers to go back and also intending farmers and young people and also women to go back to revive their farm garden, their backyard.
The backyard.
Because yeah, if you deduct what you spend money on, when you spend money, the amount you spend on food, you'll be shocked. And there's no magic to all these things. These are just things you can easily go just at your backyard there. Just start as little as anything. Even if it's to grow water leaf, do something.
Hmm. Wow, that's really, a lot of information passed on. So, guys, once again, like I said, you know, we have Mr. Fashakin's details scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So he's the CEO of Advic Farms and Services. You've heard him. He has a lot of information that could help you either starting up your farm or growing your existing farm. You understand, or management and things like that. So he's got that knowledge, and that would help you grow your farms. And get in touch with him, guys, and he would be able to help you out. His contact number is there as well. I believe that phone number also is on WhatsApp, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I definitely will be getting in touch with him because there's still more information I would want to ask him personally, because there's a lot of information that I've grabbed from what he said that I've been wondering about as well. And I know every other person too is wondering about some information that they want to get in touch. It's probably because of the network today. We don't have a lot of comments on here, because usually people come on, they would ask questions, they want to know one thing or the other. But I think because of the network, but I'm very sure you would get more comments on your phone, and people would come on and ask you questions. So let's we're going to, like I said, we're going to bring you back on here to talk about some other stuff. And also we would want to come to your farm to get a video of how you run your farm and things like that, and also see how things are being done on there. So is there your any last words you would want to give us?
And so this one thing I will always say, and I'll still end it with this: never assume knowledge.
Hmm.
It's better for you to get knowledge than just waste that investment. It's always very painful. Most times when I go to some farms to revive those farms back, you can't bring back those investments. So it's better you just get that knowledge before even embarking on anything. It's good. It's good you spend your time, inquiring, asking questions, than just start the business and the business field. And if you also want to start, please start it small and grow it big. Yeah, start it small,
Wise.
very
That's
small and good.
wise. That's very, very wise. Because thank you so much, Mr. Fasakin Aduragbemi. It's been wonderful having you on the show, and
You're welcome.
we're hoping that the next time we get in touch with you, we'll still be able to get you back, because there are
No
also
problem, sir.
more information that I would want to ask, especially about the grass cutter farming you mentioned the other time. We would love to talk to you
Yeah.
about that, and we also would love to come on your farm and do a video on there to our
No problem.
viewers, and they will see how everything is being run and everything. So snail farming, get in touch with Mr. Fashaki. He knows his his business part, farming and everything. He knows what he's talking about. So I'm going to say thank you guys for joining us. Do you have any YouTube or Facebook you would want to tell people to go on?
Yes, of course. I have a YouTube link. I also have a Facebook page. You can just for the YouTube you can just type Advic Farms,
Okay.
ADVIC Farms.
Okay.
For Facebook too, ADVIC Farms and Allied.
ADVIC Farms.
We are on all social media platform with Advic Farms, ADVIC Farms on all social media platforms. So you can even go on Instagram to see what we do.
Okay. What I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm going on those social network. I'm going to have them posted on here so that you'll be able to click on the links as well. So just give me a minute and you'll be able to, go on there, like his channel,
Ask
subscribe,
ask questions.
ask
Yeah.
questions, and he's gonna get in touch with you. So he's gonna get back to you guys. So, like I said, we are going to subscribe on his channel right now, which I've just done. But I'm also going to show you a link on here so that you can go on there and you share it. So uh so I have his YouTube channel showing up right now on screen. So do go there, like, subscribe, share, ask questions, click on the notification button, and you should be able to get in touch with him. He's got a website too, which we are also going to share on here. So
And the website, yeah, you can share, but we it was shut down. To
oh,
put
okay,
there,
okay,
just to some new informations about our new projects. But
okay.
you can put it as our website,
Yeah,
www.advicfarms.com.
that's where it's actually showing, really. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I would have there or have it on there. Go ahead, guys, and you know, do share, like, there, and visit their website, and everything should be good. All right. So thank you once again, Mr. Fashakin, for joining us. We're going to
You're
be
welcome.
signing out now, and we'll get in touch with you on the back end for sure. So, and we'll be able to talk much better.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, guys. Thank you once again for joining the show. We're very happy you're able to join us. Go on our YouTube channel, subscribe to our channel, like, share, and ask questions. Information of most of our guests are always linked at the bottom of the screen. So do go on their site as well, like it, share, subscribe, and do have a lovely day until we are able to come back to you once again with another guest, another topic. And God bless. And do remember, COVID is real. No farm, no food. So without our farmers, there's no food. So do go back on the farm, and let's feed our nation. Thank you very much. Do have a lovely day. Cheers.